Almaden Valley prices are up, inventory is low, and it continues to be a really strong market. Stay tuned for trends and charts. Hi, I'm Teresa Wellman with HomeownerExperience.com, your local San Jose, California realtor. I help home sellers and buyers experience the difference while they strategically plan their next move. Today, we are talking about the Almaden Valley trends and stats for April close data. So let's jump into the computer and take a look. Hey, Almaden, let's look at this data. Another strong month, a record April for Almaden Valley. Prices bounce back up. As you know, if you've watched this before, the Almaden prices kind of bounce all over the place, but we had 44 closings this month. So the average and the median price are really on a big sample set. So we're up 7% month over month and 31% year over year in prices. Wowzers, right? And the number of sales continue to be at record levels. We doubled the sales from March, the closed ones, and we're up 63% year over year. But look at the cumulative sales of January, February, March, and April when I compare them over the last several years. So in 2021, we've already closed 91 sales. 2020 was 81. In 2019, only 67. And we're looking exactly like 2018 with 92 closed sales. So it's a very strong year. If you remember what happened in the spring of 2018, prices went up so strong, and we're definitely seeing that. So here's the overall charts looking back through 2015. Like I said, prices we see up here on the upper right are in the orange and blue lines are record levels. They were showing a little bit higher a couple months ago, but those were off of a really small data set you see here on the sales prices. So they were kind of swayed a bit. This is a really strong number of sales, and look at the pending sales. They continue to increase and jump, which is just showing the amazingly strong demand here in Almaden Valley. But look at this inventory. Here we are with April inventory, nowhere near another April. Now, obviously, we've seen these kind of winter levels before, but it's just very, very, very low inventory. Prices, the general trend, this pink dotted line, of course, are going up because of that supply and demand imbalance. So today, Almaden's market, of course, is a seller's market based on what I just showed you. We only have 9 days of inventory. Hello, where's all the inventory? So many buyers want to get into Almaden Valley. There's just very small selection of homes. The pending sales are up 20% from March, while the inventory is about the same, and it should be increasing. We're in this time of year when we would expect inventory to be increasing quite a bit. Because of that imbalance, 115.8% is the average sales price. What? Obviously, that is a kind of a balance of list prices and the insane market demand. And I think that's going to settle out as people push their list prices a little bit higher. But the bottom line here is the market really needs inventory. If you're considering to move in Almaden, it is still an amazing market. 73% of the homes available for sale are currently in contract. And so that is just very strong. And that list price to sales price ratio is the highest we've ever seen in Almaden Valley. Pretty significant because of that huge increase in prices that we've had this year. So take a look here at a little zoom in on what's going on. So the yellow circle is showing you the inventory. We've been at record low inventory since October 2020, meaning we don't see this kind of inventory on these levels, and we just haven't increased that inventory. Last year, inventory was relatively low compared to the 5-year view, right? If we look back here, look at the yellow line of what normally happens. And last year, we just were really low. Obviously, very slow delay to the market because of the pandemic, but we did get up to a decent number, and we're just nowhere near that right now. So as you can see, also these pending sales and the closed sales are just really shooting up to record levels. They are higher than what we saw in the fall and late summer last year, where we kind of had our spring market, and they're higher than many years in the past as well. The market is going to continue to be strong. Prices will continue to be strong. The factors that can change that is inventory and obviously buyer demand. I do feel a little bit of buyer fatigue out there with with these prices. But I do have 2 Almaden listings coming, so it'll be interesting to see in May what kind of interest we're getting from buyers and if it's changed at all, if we're still seeing those 5+ offers coming in on properties. So if you want to know more about my market predictions for 2021, watch the video I recorded last week. I'll link it here. Or if you're looking more info on Almaden Valley, visit my neighborhood and homes playlist. I've got neighborhood tours and specific home walkthroughs, so you get a feel for what a typical home looks like in Almaden Valley. Thanks for watching.